Lessons for the Cambodian Government in Exile, GIE 1. Legitimacy through continuity of sovereignty. Example, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Poland's GIEs were recognized as the lawful governments despite being outside their territory. The Cambodian GIE can claim continuity of the legitimate Cambodian state, since the current regime came to power through force, manipulation, and dynasty, not free elections. This principle, continuity of sovereignty under necessity, is accepted in international law. 2. Legal and moral justification. Example, France's Free French government, Charles de Gaulle, acted under the principle of national survival, even without an election. The Cambodian GIE can invoke the necessity doctrine. When citizens are denied the right to vote or organize freely, leadership abroad is legally and morally justified to defend the nation's constitutional order and human rights. 3. International recognition and diplomatic engagement. Example, European GIES were recognized by allied nations, UK, US, Canada, etc., as legitimate representatives of their nations. The Cambodian GIE should focus on diplomatic recognition from democratic states, especially Canada, the EU, and allied countries, to gain credibility and political leverage. Building relationships with parliaments, diaspora communities, and human rights organizations is essential. 4. Preservation of national identity and institutions. Example, the Polish and Czechoslovak GIEs maintained embassies, passports, and government archives while abroad. The Cambodian GIE can preserve symbolic state functions, flag, constitution, national charter, and ministries in exile, to maintain continuity of the Khmer nation until democracy is restored. 5. Public communication and resistance legitimacy. Example, Free France and other GIEs used radio, newspapers, and diplomatic channels to mobilize resistance and keep international attention. The Cambodian GIE should act as the moral and political voice of the nation, exposing crimes of the Hun Sen Hun Manet regime and uniting opposition forces under a shared democratic goal. 6. Pathway to return. Example, most European GIEs returned after liberation with international and internal support, becoming the foundation for post-war democracy. The Cambodian GIE must be ready with a transitional governance plan to re-establish rule of law, organize free elections, and prevent chaos when the dictatorship collapses. Summary insight. European history shows that a government in exile is a legitimate and powerful instrument when a regime destroys democracy. For Cambodia, it represents legal continuity of the nation, moral leadership for democracy, and a diplomatic framework to rally international recognition and domestic unity.